tell you what, this is a good win by our guys. We told our guys that we had to be better on the glass. We told them we had to be a little bit more physical out there without fouling, and then do what we do, which is get out and run. And those are some of the things that I didn't feel like we did well in our last game versus the Knicks. And so our guys came out today and they did it. They got out in transition. We had 17 fast break points versus a very good Suns defensive team. And we held them to 7 offensive rebounds. And we ended up getting 16 second chance points on our rebounds, but to hold the Phoenix to 7 offensive rebounds for 7 second chance points was huge for us tonight. I thought a lot of that had to do with Domas. Domas did not get a double-double tonight, but he was a monster on the boards. I thought his physicality down there, just, going after every rebound that he could get his hands on, and sometimes tipping it, the diving on the ground that was a huge play, him diving on the ground, coming up with that loose ball. His physicality was huge for us in a lot of different ways that won't show up in the stat sheet. You talk about our bench. I thought Mezzi and Davion were huge defensively. They were big, and they hit some clutch baskets for us, especially Davion. We wanted to give Malik a quick breather because he had ran a long time, and so we threw Davion in the game, and he hits a big 3 for us. Just the growth that he's shown this year has been amazing. But Mezzi too, he's been big. He got his hands on a few balls, got out in transition because of his length and his athleticism. He was huge for us tonight too. And then obviously Foxy struggled scoring the basketball, but down the stretch he hit some big shots. That's what your all-stars, that's what your all NBA players do. They do what Sabonis and they do what Foxy did. They carry you home in situations like that. But I'd be wrong if I don't talk about the young fella Kessler Edwards. Somebody told me he was the second youngest guy on our team by 10 days or something like that. I don't know how that means he is, but he's young because we got a young team. So for him to stay locked in and stay ready when he hadn't played in a lot of games, and we throw him out there and say, hey, go guard Book. You're not stopping Book. He's just too good. But what you do is you just try to make him work. And if he works for his shots and he beats you, at the end of the day, you kind of hold your head up high, you go home and try to figure out how you can make it a little harder for him next time. But Kessler did about as good a job on him as anyone tonight, and he had his 4 teammates behind him the whole night. We blitzed it, we mixed in some blitz and some hits and all that, but Kessler's length and his athleticism combined with the strength and his focus was really, really good. Not only that, he had some big boards. Everybody might see that he was guarded Book tonight, but some of the boards he came up with were fantastic. And then, he wasn't afraid. He stepped in and knocked that 3 down when we were up 3. Big shot, and he didn't hesitate. And, when you have guys out on the floor like that aren't afraid on either end, good things can happen.
Can you talk about the decision to go to Kessler? Did you know coming into the game that it was a possibility? Coming into the game, he played a total of 25 minutes. He surpassed that in just this one game. So was that just a feel, or did you know coming in, okay, I might go to Kessler and try him on Book?
No, we thought when we threw him out there in the last game, we thought he did a decent job on Book. Again, you're not stopping Book. Book hit some tough shots on him, but he's long, strong, athletic, and he's able to absorb the hit that Book's going to give you before going into his little laner. And so coming in, we said we were going to give him a shot. We didn't know how many minutes he played, but we definitely were going to throw him out there early so we could get a feel, get a look, and obviously he did well enough for us to keep him out on the floor.
Mike, what's the process been like for him? Because judging by tonight, it looks like he's made a pretty seamless transition after just coming in recently. How would you characterize his adjustment to the team and getting acclimated and putting in extra work, or if any of that's been involved with him?
Well, I think he and Keegan Murray might be tied for the least amount of words. So I don't know if I heard Kessler speak. I don't even think I heard him speak tonight, too. You know, nah, I don't know what he sounds like, but I mean, he's a good kid. You know, really nice guy. But he came in and he's just trying to absorb it all. Like I said, he doesn't talk much at all. So I really don't know what he's thinking too much because he doesn't say much. And I talk to him and he just give me a little nod, kind of like Keegan. Keegan give me a stare too. Kessler kind of doesn't look at me, but he gives me a nod. So that might be the biggest difference between the two. But he's just absorbed everything that we've thrown at him. And we got him playing in low minute games. We got him scripted with the third group, sometimes with the second group. He's telling him he needs to get extra shots, and so whatever we tell him to do, he's just taking it on. And I just like how mentally he stayed with it, because getting traded and coming to a situation where you're not playing can be tough on a young guy. And you can kind of check out a little bit because you're like, okay, this is my role. It's a good team. I'm going to ride this thing out and have a good time. But he just how locked in he is on everything, not most things, on everything that he does, whether it's a low-minute game, out there scripting, going 5-on-0 scripting or doing a drill. His focus is laser focused for a young guy. And in my opinion, that's probably how he was able to go out. Like Katie said, he played 25 minutes the whole year, which I didn't know, but that's how he was able to go out and contribute the way he did over an extended period of time and make it look seamless.
Mike, you mentioned the length and the size and he's got a unique. He's got something you guys need, doesn't he? Like in terms of those things, can you talk a little bit about how he's adding something to kind of your repertoire with that?
No, you like guys with length and athleticism, and that have some strength. One of the things in this league with great players, Book, whoever else you want to say, they create one-on-one separation because they put that back shoulder into you on the perimeter off the dribble. And so you got to have a guy that can take that hit and still step slide while he's taking that hit. And for a young guy, Kessler's shown that ability, I know people didn't like it, but that's why I had KZ in the starting lineup early, because to have a guy like that to bring your team some versatility defensively, in my opinion, in this league is a need, is a must. And, so for us to be able to pick him up, you got to give credit where credit's due. As Monty and Monty McNair and Wes Wilcox did a heck of a job picking him up and bringing him to our team. And, obviously with KZ getting hurt, now he had an opportunity to step up, because this would have been an opportunity, obviously, for KZ with his length and his strength and all that other stuff. And so, like I said, I've been saying this all year. If somebody does go down like KZ did, then next man got to be ready to step up. And, with Monty bringing him in here and us having a feeling that Kessler could possibly be that guy, he got an opportunity and he took advantage of it tonight.
What was that post-game scene like? We could hear it in here, and I assumed that was him being presented the DPOG chain. Was he? Did his teammates celebrate him a little bit tonight?
Yeah, they did. I was going down the line just telling the guys the different contributions, and we had, it was everybody. Even Harrison, he hits that big three late in the corner after missing one, but I was going down the line telling everybody, how good they did, and that was for Kessler because he was a DPOG, but we could have easily given it to Mezzi, and Mezzi was sitting a little behind me, and I just kept hearing out my left ear, did I get it? And so I turned around, and when I turned and looked at Mezzi, his whole team said, "No, Mezzi, you didn't get it." But he could have easily got it tonight because Mezzi was fantastic. Yeah, it was for Kessler. His teammates celebrated him like they should have, and that's why this group is special, because they connected and they celebrate everybody's individual performance, because you can have individualism within a team environment. And our guys have shown that time after time after time after time.
Really loved De'Aaron's defensive disposition to start the game. In the first quarter, pressed up on CP3, and Mitchell did the same thing. But how important was that to start the game to set that 10 for
It was huge, and we talked to Foxy about that. He's the head of the snake, and we need him to do that. And him picking up full court basically set the tone for the game. It let everybody know that we here. And if he's doing that as our guy, everybody else better lock in and try to figure something out.
When you look at a season low of 18 assists for a team that really is in the top 5 and distributes the ball well, coming into this game, I don't think anyone would think that would equal a win. What enabled you guys to win this despite one of your strengths really not factoring in?
I thought our ability to get out in transition, our ability to, even though we didn't have a huge number of offensive rebounds, converting the ones we did into points was really, really big for us. And then sometimes versus a good team, you'll see come playoff time, you got to have those guys. And what I mean by those guys is the guys that's going to go get it. And Domas went and got it. Foxy went and got it when we needed it most down the stretch. Malik went and got it. And then you sprinkle in some of this every once in a while, and that's what we came up with tonight. But we had to have guys go get it because their defense, you got to give their defense credit. They're good, but we still try to get downhill. We still try to finish the right way. We still try to spray three. And I thought we missed some, just like I'm sure they feel the same. I thought we missed some shots that we normally make. Keegan missed a couple. I thought even H missed a couple that were wide open. But, you take them how you can take them, especially on the road versus a good team like that.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Congrats.
Thanks, Jay.